Goatwhore will, of course, be heading back to Australia next month for a tour with Tasmania's Psycroptic. Their latest album, Constricting Rage of the Merciless, was released last July. And we have Ben Falgoust on the line. Hey man, how's it going? As I mentioned, your latest album, Constricting Rage of the Merciless, was released back in July. How have you found the response to the record almost a year on?
Everything's been going really good, and we've played a lot of the material in a live setting. We did Europe near the end of last year. We had done some tours in the States. We did Summer Slaughter when it came out in July, and we just kind of been rotating the set with some older material, but a bunch of the newer material from Constricting Rage. And the feedback and everything has been really great from it, man. I mean, it got a lot of really great reviews. It hit some charts and things like that. I don't know the full details of it. I don't really follow too much of that because I just want to just do this stuff and play really. It's cool to have those elements involved, but as a band, we kind of write, we write for ourselves, and then anything out there beyond, what we put out is pretty much bonus, any kind of feedback, anything from there. I mean, we're not going to put a bunch of songs together that we're not interested in playing or we just kind of threw together for the hell of it. We really sit down and work hard at putting together things that we know when we get in a live environment we're really going to be into playing. So, everything that happens outside beyond that is definitely awesome.
Yep, so how did you approach the writing process for this record?
It's not every record we've done has pretty much been the same as far as our writing process. It's just a cycle that we have. Each song is its own individual kind of thing, and it can range from like working on. We can get it done in like maybe a day if we're lucky, or sometimes it takes 2 weeks to put a whole song together, depending on what's going on, how elements are falling into place, and things like that. But we usually start with Sammy has like a collection of riffs. I mean, back in the day, we used to have like a little jam box, and he would record riffs on it. We'd sit in a room and play through the riffs and pick out riffs and put them together and start structuring songs. And then luckily, with modern technology, we have computers with some kind of little like recording program on it, and he would drop riffs into that, and we'd sit down and lay down the riffs in like some kind of little recording program, and then get the basic kind of idea of it, and then sit down in the room and kind of put the drums to it and all that stuff. So, a lot of things have kind of changed just because of technology and stuff like that, but still the basic same idea. But the thing is like we never throw away any riffs, any of them. I mean, we have riffs that we still have from, the first record we ever did back in like 96, 97. And you never know when it can fall into place. Like we could write a whole song now all made of, very recent riffs, but somewhere in the middle, some old riff just falls into place. And then there's times that we've written songs and we tore the whole song apart and, we weren't happy with it. So we tore it apart and we used elements of it in other songs. And so it worked out well in that way. So, we definitely, how you say, we kind of recycle stuff, or, we don't get rid of anything because we never know. You never know when, something will fall into place at the right time. So we keep a lot of pieces and stuff, and that's pretty much our agenda, and that's how we work. And some songs are written from scratch, dead on, right there, and it takes a few days, or some songs are all structured with pieces and parts of old riffs, new riffs, things like that, and we kind of throw all the ideas together.
Oh, absolutely. You worked with producer Eric Rutan on this record. You've worked with him on the last 4 records now, so you must have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing individual to work with, man. It's like we had that idea with it where it's like the whole cliche saying of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It seems like each record we do with him, everything gets better and better, and not only that, just it's a comfortable environment. We're really used to each other. We all know each other really well. And we go in there, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a little vacation, but it's not as stressful as it was from, the earlier times that we went, just because everybody's really open. Everybody's, can be blunt about everything completely and say how they feel, and it's just comfortable open environment. And Rutan's also he's so open about things. He's open. If you want to try something different, we can try it. If this isn't working out and you want to see how something's different, you want to use a different vocal mic, we'll test a bunch of different mics to find out which one would be the best for the vocals on a specific recording or things like that. So, there's all these different variations that play into effect, and just the whole outcome as the years went along with each record and getting better and better and better. With us as musicians evolving and getting better, and Eric as a producer / engineer, getting it better and evolving too. So, we have this good relationship and a good bond. So it's like, why really mess it up?
Of course. So yeah, we're pretty damn keen to hear some of these new songs live when you tour with Psycroptic next month. What are you most excited about returning to Australia?
I'm really excited about this time because of all the obscure little towns that we're going to be playing. Yep. We do a lot of that at home when we're in the States, because we have our own van and trailer that we tour in. And even when we're on bigger tours, if there's off days, we usually play some little weird town in the middle of nowhere. And it's cool that instead of usually you come to Australia, you play Australia and New Zealand, but it would be in under a week. Yep. You'd hit Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, maybe Adelaide, Perth, and you go over to New Zealand and play Auckland, maybe Wellington, and then head back home. But this time we'll be out there for almost 3 weeks, and we'll play a lot of places we've never played before, and actually a lot of places that probably bands that aren't from Australia have ever really played. So it's a very unique opportunity, and it's when it was brought up to us, we were pretty fucking excited about it, and we were like, yeah, let's do this. This will be totally different than anything we've ever done, and it'll be our third time out there, and we'll be hitting places we have hit before, which will be good, but hitting all these new places as well. I mean, we'll be playing in front of a whole bunch of new eyes and ears, so it'll be great.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this is your third time returning to Australia. You were last here in 2012. What memories from your Australian tours do you have?
All of them were great. The first time we were out there, it was with Behemoth and Job for a Cowboy. And, although you don't get to see, too much, touristy type stuff when you're on tour, you pretty much go to a town, you play, and then usually you're leaving the next morning, you got to head to the next town. And I think with this time we'll be able to kind of venture off a little more because there's a few off days up in there, here and there. But, the first time we went to the, I think it was a little, right outside of Brisbane, it was a koala sanctuary park or whatever. You get to go and you hold a koala and you take a picture with it. I know it might sound a little kooky, but it's,
all the bands do it.
Fine. Yeah. Everybody does. Where else can we really go to kind of take a picture with a koala there? Or you can hang out and feed kangaroos, which are, put food in your hand and they come up and they eat food out here. It's not like something we get to do on a daily basis out here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember there was someone actually started a blog featuring photos from that sanctuary with all the bands, and it's just the most hilarious looking thing because there's all these big tattooed guys holding koalas. It's just you got to do it though.
Yeah, well, it's definitely interesting. We did do it again when we came the second time for sure, but there's so many if you look online, that's a website I use sometimes. It's called Atlas Obscura, and it's got all these odd things to visit in places, and the website covers everywhere around the world. Ooh. And all these listed weird things. So I've been looking at that, and I'm like, all right, if we have opportunity, I want to go see this, I want to go see that. I'd like to go whatever. I'd like to go, if it was possible, I would love to go dive out by the Barrier Reef or something unique like that. Something different, depending on time and things like that. So, something is just something that's feasible for us because of where we're from. Something unique that we can go do and see.
Yep. So fans in Victoria can catch you Friday the 13th of March. You're doing an 18+ show at the Hi-Fi Bar in Melbourne. They can catch you Sunday the 15th of March at Corova Lounge in Ballarat. The Wednesday the 18th of March at the Barwon Club in Geelong. And Saturday the 21st of March, you're playing in all ages at Wrangler Studios in Footscray. So there's heaps of shows that people can catch you right here. What can fans expect from the shows?
We're just, if anything, when we go in the studio, we always are just this thing to grasp our sound as a live band. But we've come to a point where we're never going to get that. The way we are as a live band is just, that's what it is. And so the whole element is when people have the CD and know what we are as a band, to come witness the live situation. Because I think we project ourselves and the way we sound and the way we are as a band. Our live setting shows off our qualities more so than the record. You know, the record kind of gets you used to the material and what's going on. But when you get to the live aspect, it brings it up so many more levels than actually just listening to the record itself. So, you know, we've always been pretty proud of, like, putting in over 110% when we play live and coming full force and everything like that. And not only that, we're going to be playing with, you know, Psycroptic, which is a very intense, extreme live band, and numerous other bands who I'm sure are going to be busting their ass and playing fucking incredible live shows. So, you know, we're going to come out there and do what we always do, and hopefully, you know, if people are into it, or, you know, if they're not, no big deal. What can we do? We can't please everyone, but we're definitely going to come with 110% like we always have.